This is an age of disruption, of profound revolutionary change.
What we're really asking ministers is to empower the ambassadors.
The only thing that you really push forth is the truth.
You don't see many women represented when it comes to the decisions as to how to handle the pandemic.
Okay, welcome back everybody. I'm Joanna Roberts, Politico's healthcare editor. I hope you all enjoyed your break. I've just been performing some light abdominal surgery in the lobby using our partner Intuitive's robot, and if you haven't checked it out already, I would really recommend it. It's a lot of fun. So we're about to resume our morning sessions with a conversation on healthcare in a changing climate, moderated by Ashley. But before that, I'm going to give the floor to Frank Staud, Executive Vice President, Corporate Communications, Branding and Sponsoring at STADA, after a quick introductory video. Frank, the floor is yours.
Good morning and welcome to this quick check-in. Before I share some results of the STADA Health Report, I need to do a quick test with you. So I guess most of you live in Belgium or come as well as Belgium. So what do most of the Belgian people or people living in Belgium have at home? Do you know? A product of EG. And EG, and this you can see on the next page, is a STADA daughter. This is our name in here in Belgium. And I want to show you on the next slide quick a little bit about our company. So, you know, our strength is that we are not having a STADA umbrella brand. We are strongly believing in local markets with strong local brands, and that's why we usually have different names in all of the countries. STADA is the number 4 in Europe when it comes to consumer healthcare, number 4 when it comes to generic. We were founded in Germany from German pharmacists 1895, so a long heritage, and we were growing in a very impressive way. Now we are selling our products in 125 countries, and we are having more than 14,000 colleagues working with us around the globe. Our purpose, and this leads us to the next slide, is caring for people's health as a trusted partner. And based on this purpose, we do this healthcare survey. And why do we do this? It's delivering free representative data to improve our health systems around Europe especially. We want to highlight the roles and importance of pharmacists and doctors. We want to be a partner for the European decision makers, which are a lot of here in this room. And of course, also, we want to understand people's needs, worries, and behaviors regarding healthcare-related topics. On the next slide, I think we can sum it up. The STADA Health Report holds up a mirror of the European population and allows us to evaluate where different countries and their health system stands. And listening to the conversations we had yesterday and also today, you will see that a lot of the questions we were asking these 32,000 people are also mentioned here in the discussions. And I think it gives really a good mirror. And we break it down to each and every country. So my colleagues are outside. And maybe afterwards, if you have some detailed questions about the health report in total or about country-specific results, please reach out to us. We are really happy to share any result, because this is what the whole study is about, sharing with all of you. There is nothing secret. It's really improving the healthcare system. So let's look quickly into the next slide and to show you the data. So it's the most comprehensive health study in the industry. So 16 countries, we were in the field from April to March. And you see it's mainly focused on the key European countries, a little bit Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, where we're also having strong business, we involved as well. But then let's look and let's see in the next page what we are having when it comes to digital future. And this was discussed before. And here you see 81% out of these 32,000 people would at least consider or already using electronic prescriptions. An important topic in the European Union. So I think we are moving here in the right direction and people like it. 83% feel the same way about online bookings of doctor's appointments. So I think, yes, it needs maybe to take a little time, what we were discussing before, to get at the same level for 27 countries, but the people are ready. And I think sometimes they are more ready than some politicians think. And these data show this to us. And nearly 1 in 2 are also already using or would at least consider consultations via webcam with their doctor or the pharmacist. You see, even more are willing to talk online with the doctor than with the pharmacist. And this we see also when we talk about the role of the pharmacist, that this is a go-to person still for a lot of people, whatever they have to get some inside information. Next slide, please. Gene test, also an important topic which was discussed here. So 81% would take a gene test in the future to assess and address individual health risks. And I think this is quite an impressive number, which really surprised us a lot. And we saw a big change immediately after the COVID crisis. So there we saw a really change in the behavior, that people are much more open to these segments than they were before. On the next slide, I want to show you what people think about medical checkups. And this is really very surprising for us, because a lot of people just don't go to medical checkups in Europe at all. So 42% do not attend any checkups. Can you imagine? Huh? And we are talking about key European countries. It's not somewhere in the world where you think maybe people are not educated enough. No, it's in the heart of Europe. And only 43% attend at least some of them. And I show you quickly the country breakdown on the next slide. So you see more than 60% of people in Poland, in Serbia, in Romania are not doing any medical checkups. Not any. But when you look to the right side, maybe to the more positive ones, even countries like Germany, Austria, Netherlands or Belgium, it's only from 25 to 36%. So I think this is something we really need to address when we talk about European healthcare, because we all know, even if you think that pharmaceutical companies, of course, want to sell their products, but prevention starts when you do checkups. And if people don't attend, I think we have a serious topic to discuss. Next slide. So what are the reasons that people don't go to checkups? So 32%, every third, man or woman, they are unaware of the checkups. 22% don't believe they need checkups at all. 16% say we have no time to go to checkups. And 23% can't afford the checkups. So I think also when you look at the reasons, it's really interesting data and facts you would maybe not have expected when you think in general about this topic. Next slide. Another important topic, what was discussed here at this forum, and this is about supply chains. And you know all, and I think every pharmaceutical company has this topic very high on the agenda. And you see that people really worry a lot. So 30% worry about supply shortages in the medical system, and 40% rate the current supply situation for medical as critical. So maybe you saw at the beginning when I introduced STADA that 13 of our 15 sites where we produce medicines are in Europe. And still, of course, we face the same topics what a lot of others in the industry have as well. So this is for me one of the key topics we need to address, and this we can only achieve if Europe really thinks in a common way. In the healthcare systems, you know, there is still more or less every country having a little bit a different system. And that's why it's not easy to manage all those political systems when it comes to healthcare. But when it comes to supply and medical shortages, I think there it's really time to think about a European approach. And I think it will not be easy to say just we bring everything back to Europe. APIs, the ingredients for pharma products mainly come from China and India. And it will not be possible, at least in a very short time, to bring everything back. But there are, of course, opportunities where we can do much more to stabilize Europe. And I guess this is also food for thought for the European politicians working in Brussels. Next slide. Well, this was a very quick overview about our results. And via this link, you can download the whole report. As I said before, also the colleagues are outside and happy to take any questions you might have. And yeah, we are also happy to discuss, and any inputs you might have. We do the next reports. That's the Jubilee one. That's the number 10 next year. We are looking forward. We maybe will include more countries. As you saw, we don't have the Nordic countries so far, and also some of the Eastern European countries like Slovakia or Hungary is missing, and Bulgaria. So we will go on. And we are really happy that we were able to share this with you, because so far we were mainly going to media, we did events in all the countries, but I think it would be a good thing also to discuss with politicians and key decision makers of the European healthcare system. Before I hand over to the next panel, I want to show you one last data, because I think it's a really good fit. And if you show the next slide, please. We are talking in the next session about climate change. And this is a result of the STADA health report of the last year. And also there, this was middle or at the end of the COVID crisis, 72% worry about increased vulnerability to epidemics or pandemics caused by climate change. And I think this is another important topic where we should really clearly look at it. Thank you very much.
Must I go up? Okay, call them.